So, Genesis, Deuteronomy, chapter 7 is basically the driving out of the nations. It also has this section. That repeats the same thing. Know therefore the Lord your God is God. He is the faithful God, keeping his covenant of love to 1,000 generations of those who love and keep his commandments. So each generation is loving and keeping his commandments. But those who hate him he will repay to their face by destruction. He will not be slow to repay to their face those who hate him in different ways. Maybe it's just a little small effort, leading to repentance, but yeah, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. So another reminder, again, to obey the commandments. Israel gets reminded over and over and over again. Do they listen? No, they don't. So do not forget the Lord. Again, another. And remind it, no, it's not because of their righteousness. It's not because of what Israel has done. So, it's not a works-based religion. Yeah, it's not. If you read the Old Testament, it's not a works-based religion. It simply isn't. It's not a works-based religion. Israel, you're now about to cross the Jordan to go and depress nations greater and stronger than you, with large cities that have walls up to the sky. The people are strong and tall, acolytes. You know about them and have heard it said, who can stand up against the acolytes? But be assured today that the Lord your God is the one who goes across ahead of you like a devouring fire. He will destroy them, he will subdue them before you, and you will drive them out. Of course. Drive them out and annihilate them quickly as the Lord has promised you. After the Lord your God has driven them out before you, do not say to yourself, the Lord has brought me here to take possession of this land because of my righteousness. No. It's on account of the wickedness of these nations that the Lord is going to drive them out before you. Not because of your righteousness or your integrity that you are going to take possession of their land, but on account of the wickedness of these nations, the Lord your God will drive them out before you to accomplish what he swore to your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Understand then that it is not because of your righteousness that the Lord your God is giving you this good possession, for you are a stiff-necked people. Sorry. Anyway. Then a reminder about the golden calf. Saying, yeah, you went astray. Your ancestors went astray before. Don't do it. And there was a punishment. Don't do it again. Got new tablets. Now these tablets are like this big. People think of like Moses holding these two big. No, probably not really that big. Yeah. Fear the Lord. Fear the Lord. Love and obey the Lord. But just accept no bribes. No way. Yes. Circumcise your hearts, therefore. Oh, we see that idea in the New Testament. Interesting. And also of not works-based. Like getting a undeserving. Love and obey the Lord. One place of worship, no other. Yeah. Then we have, again, a prohibition against fouling other gods, and don't do it. No matter who tells you to, no matter, just don't. And again, going over the foods, tithes, yes, the year for canceling debts, freeing servants, firstborn animals, yeah, just Passover, Feast of Weeks, Tabernacles, Judges, worship, again, do not worship other gods, laws, courts. Then this is where people get hung up again, thinking this has to be written later because it says king. No, it doesn't. Plus, why would a king make up something that restricts him? Man, the Germans who thought this up weren't thinking. They weren't. They were idiots who had no idea what they were talking about, didn't know anything about the Middle East, and just assumed because they were enlightened Europeans that they knew the Bible better than anyone else. They did it, they were complete morons. Okay, so when you enter the land the Lord your God is giving you and you have taken possession of it and settle it, you will say, let us set a king over us like all the nations around us. Be sure to appoint over you the king the Lord your God chooses. You must be from your own brothers. So no, he's not Mohammed. Do not place a foreigner over you, one who is not a brother Israelite. The king, moreover, must not acquire a great number of horses for himself, or make the people return to Egypt to get more of them. For the Lord had told you, you will not go back that way. Why? Horses are for military power. It also shows how wealthy they are. He must not take many wives, or his heart will be led astray. Oh, someone didn't listen to that. So, not many wives. So, in other words, not making many trees, because that's kind of how you make trees back then. Or make a tree. I'm just like, no, not a wife. It's like, we won't just attack you. We don't want to attack you. Just live in peace. Live peacefully with it. When he takes the throne, his kingdom, he is to write for himself on a scroll a copy of this law from that of the priests who are the Levites. It is to be with him, and he is to read it all the days of his life, so that he may learn to revere the Lord his God and follow carefully all the words of the laws and decrees. So he's not better. He's not above the law. He must write the law down that's already written down and write copies of it, so he will learn what the law is, remember what the law is, and follow the law. He doesn't make the law. He's below the law. This is rule of law. He and not consider himself better than his brothers and turn from the law to the right or to the left. Then he and his descendants will reign a long time over his kingdom in Israel. This doesn't make for an all-powerful ruling monarch. This essentially makes for a constitutional-like monarchy. Yeah. So no, this section does not make the king this all-powerful ruler. Those German idiots, they just saw the king and knew Israel had a king later, therefore it must be written later, because reasons, because prophecy can't happen because it can't. That's the logic behind that. And yes, every single atheist response to this is utterly stupid. It is. It's completely idiotic and silly. It's not deep thinking of, no, it's not. It's Byron Philosophy actually has a video on this, so, watch his. The rest of Deuteronomy is like official. Offer it for things for the priests and Levites because they don't get a share in the inheritance. They don't get any land. Well, you think if it's made up nonsense that the Levites would get the most land. They don't. Yeah, disrespectable practices like no one found among you sacrificing his son or daughter in the fire, who practiced divination, sorcery, or witchcraft. So yeah, no killing your kids. Yeah, that's a messed up process. You know what? So, yeah, then they get a profit. Of telling, well, the future is part of it. But also just to explain what's going on. So how can we know if it's a true prophet? Easy. If what a prophet proclaims in the name of the Lord does not take place or come true, that message, that is the message the Lord has not spoken. The prophet has spoken presumptuously. Do not be afraid of him. Yeah, basically. So that rando from South Africa who said the rapture was a few days ago, it didn't happen. He's a false prophet, a liar. No, him saying, it's on back. No. If you go back and watch his videos, he said it's going to be September, and he's 1,000,000,000% sure. And he even went on a podcast and said, "Oh, I'm not going to come back after. There is no not going to be an after." He's a liar. Stop believing everything he says. Stop it. You're not one of the hopefuls of Christ's return. You're a good person of itchy ears. A guy, a girl of itchy ears who just wants to hear about Jesus returning so you can feel better about yourself that you figured out the date. You don't care what Jesus said because he said so clearly that no one knows the day or the hour. You don't care about that because you want to feel special. Stop it. Anyway, Mike Winger has some videos on this, so you can go overlook his channel. Anyway, that is all for now. See you later.